They tossed me out like yesterday's scrap. I'm Walter Crane, 60, Indianapolis, Indiana, operations manager at Grayson Machinery for 18 years. I kept the gears turning until Olivia Grayson, 29, fired me with a hair flip and a sneer. "We don't need old men dragging us down." Comment your city. Ever been betrayed at work? Hit like if it stung. Indianapolis, 2025. Olivia, back from Miami with a gleaming business degree, deemed me a relic. I built that company with her dad, Henry, who trusted me to run operations when his heart weakened. No warnings, no reviews, just a cold dismissal in her polished office. I cleared my desk, the younger staff, many I'd trained from awkward teens to parents, averted their eyes, their silence a heavy weight. I packed 18 years into a cardboard box. Photos of Clara, my late wife, smiling through chemo, my kids' crayon drawings, a worn toolbox with oil stains from late nights on the floor. Each item felt like a shard of my soul, now reduced to relics. But my contract held a lifeline. Henry, fearing competitor poaching, insisted on a clause. 2 years severance if fired without cause. $320,000. Driving home, a strange calm settled over me, like the hush before a tempest. Through my truck window, I gazed at the production floor, equipment I'd maintained through breakdowns, systems I'd designed to cut costs, people I'd hired and mentored, all about to falter under Olivia's inexperience. She hadn't checked my contract. Her arrogance blinded her. I called Marvin Holt, my lawyer friend, his voice crackling with anticipation. Clara, gone 5 years to cancer, would have smirked at this twist. Her quiet strength lived in me. My son, an engineer in Seattle, and my daughter, teaching 3rd grade in Chicago, thrived. But this was my fight. I'd turn her blunder into my victory, step by steady, determined step, with a plan simmering in the silence of my drive. Henry Grayson's belief in me was my cornerstone. I'd been with Grayson Machinery 18 years, starting at 42 after a gut-wrenching layoff from a collapsing auto plant. With only a community college mechanical engineering degree, I brought grit and hands-on know-how. Henry saw it. "Credentials don't build machines," he'd gruffly said during my interview, promoting me to operations manager in 2 years. We weren't fishing buddies, but a profound respect bound us, forged in the clank of steel and the hum of progress, beyond mere work. When Clara's cancer struck 5 years ago, Henry rearranged my schedule without a word, his gruff voice softening with, "Family first, Walter." He'd linger in my office, watching me sketch fixes, nodding approval. A year ago, Olivia arrived, leather portfolio in hand, a cloud of expensive perfume trailing, spouting synergy and market disruption like buzzwords were gospel. Henry winced at her proposals to gut quality control or outsource components we'd always crafted in-house, quietly undoing her damage after meetings. "She needs to learn," he'd mutter, leaning on my doorframe, his tired eyes pleading for patience. 3 months ago, he retired at 70, heart failing under pressure I suspected came from her ambition. He handed her the reins with a shaky plea. "Keep the core team intact. Your experience makes this place work." His eyes dodged mine, a silent warning. I knew trouble was brewing. Indianapolis's industrial pulse was my rhythm, the city where I'd raised my kids after my dad vanished at 12, leaving Mom to scrape by on a secretary's wage. Henry became the father figure I'd lost, mentoring me through layoffs and lean years. Olivia's modernization felt like a dagger to that bond, a reckless rewrite of a legacy he'd built from a garage lathe into a $30 million empire. I braced myself, clinging to Henry's trust, until her axe fell, shattering my quiet world. Olivia's dismissal ignited a fire in my soul. The morning after my firing, I sat at my kitchen table, contract spread out with Marvin Holt, his sharp eyes dissecting every line. Section 12, paragraph 3, $320,000 severance without cause, ironclad. Henry called, voice strained. "What happened?" I explained Olivia's resistance lie, her claim I undermined her with the floor team. He knew me better, 18 years of loyalty proved it. "You're filing, aren't you?" he asked, resignation in his tone. "Already have," I replied. Marvin grinned. "We'll win, or they'll pay double with legal fees." Robert Hayes, our head engineer for 13 years, and Margaret Cole, who ran quality control like a kingdom, were fired too. Over 50, irreplaceable. I called them, voices trembling with shock and fury. "Check your contracts. Call Marvin," I urged, picturing their families, mortgages, college funds, aging parents. Then I dialed Edward Lynch at Precision Components, who'd chased me for years. "Still interested?" I asked, my voice steady. He was. My gut tightened. This was personal. A chance to reclaim my worth. Clara's maple tree outside, scarred by lightning, nearly killed by disease, yet standing tall, mirrored my spirit. I felt no glee seeing Grayson falter. Workers I'd known for decades, their kids in my neighborhood, depended on it. But Olivia's purge opened a door I couldn't ignore. Marvin's confidence bolstered me. He'd seen corporate greed before. Indianapolis's skyline loomed through my window, a silent witness to my brewing storm. I'd strike back, not with rage, but with the precision of a machine I'd built, a plan she'd never see coming until it was too late, crafted in the quiet of my resolve. Olivia's arrogance collided with my unyielding resolve. 3 days after my firing, I sat in a downtown office with her and her lawyer, Daniel, a fresh-faced kid barely out of law school. Marvin Holt beside me, briefcase open. Olivia sneered. "Ridiculous. 6 months severance. Take it or leave it." Marvin tapped the contract, voice calm. 24 months, $320,000 per Section 12, Paragraph 3. Daniel scanned, discomfort etching his face. No cause documented, no warnings, no improvement plans, just her whim. "He resisted change," she snapped, crossing her arms. Marvin leaned forward. "Where's the proof? Written warnings, performance records?" Silence hung thick. Henry appeared, pale but resolute, cane tapping the floor. "Prepare the severance as written," he ordered Olivia. She hissed, "I'll blacklist him. Any company hiring you loses our business." I met her gaze. "Good luck, industry will know your tactics." Her dad's intervention saved me, but her venom lingered, a bitter aftertaste. Driving home, severance in sight, I called Edward, plotting a new venture. Henry later confided, Olivia sold $2 million in equipment, buying Miami properties with company funds. My move crystallized. Her reign teetered on collapse. Indianapolis's quiet streets hid my brewing storm. That night, I sketched plans by Clara's tree, its silhouette a beacon under a moonlit sky. Olivia's fresh perspective was a house of cards, and I'd topple it with precision. Her threat fueled me. I'd build something stronger, honoring Henry's legacy with every calculated step. My mind racing with strategies in the stillness, I transformed her blunder into my legacy. 2 months after my firing, Cornerstone Precision launched with Edward Lynch. The East Side warehouse thrummed. Robert engineered hydraulics with decades of skill. Margaret tested components with meticulous care. Jason programmed CNCs with youthful precision. Olivia's brain drain ravaged Grayson. Production delays piled up. Quality issues sparked complaints. 3 major clients threatened to pull contracts, and a 4th hinted at legal action. Margaret, still inside, leaked a memo. I contacted Midwest Manufacturing, securing a deal in 60 days. Their purchasing team desperate for reliability. Henry called, voice heavy, begging help to save Grayson. Olivia's liquidations, $2 million in specialized machinery sold at a loss. Miami properties bought with pilfered funds. enraged him. I agreed to meet the board. No promises, picturing the workers I'd hired, their faces etched in my memory from years of shared lunches. Her cuts gutted quality. My team flourished, filing patents, profits climbing steadily. Robert joined, sidestepping his NDA for general consulting, his expertise a cornerstone. We balanced old hands and new ideas. Workers felt it, respected it, their morale a stark contrast to Grayson's chaos. Olivia's purge birthed my strength. Grayson's fall wasn't my goal. Jobs, families, legacies mattered. But her hubris paved my path. I hired 7 ex-Grayson stars, each a blow to her pride, their skills a testament to her short-sightedness. Clara's maple tree stood tall outside, its scars a symbol. My kids called, voices thick with pride, asking about my new adventure. I walked the warehouse floor, hands on machines I'd dreamed of, the hum of progress filling me. This was my victory, forged in her ashes, brick by relentless, purposeful brick. Olivia's collapse crowned my enduring triumph. 6 months after my firing, I stood in Grayson's conference room as the Cornerstone Precision merger was unveiled. Olivia, pale and shaken, faced her 37% revenue drop. Delays, lost contracts, quality failures laid bare, and a 5th client walking away. Henry, cane in hand, voted his 51% for me and Robert to lead, his eyes weary but proud. Her settlement sent her to Miami, no goodbye, no apology, just a bitter retreat into silence. A year later, the merged facility buzzed with life. Robert sketched designs with a steady hand. Margaret inspected components with her signature precision. Jason trained new programmers with infectious energy. And a new hire, Lisa, streamlined logistics. Quarterly profits hit 5-year highs, retention stabilized, 3 patents filed and a 4th in progress with promising tests. Henry handed me the report, best in years, his voice trembling with relief, a faint smile breaking through. Olivia called from Miami, seeking investment. He told her to return, learn the trade from the ground up, the way he and I had. She hung up, then begged back, pride shattered, her voice cracking over the line. I watched workers thrive, experience and innovation hand in hand, not one replacing the other, their laughter echoing off the steel walls. Indianapolis's lights shone on me, a beacon of my rise from the ashes. Olivia's betrayal, firing me, blacklisting threats, asset stripping, forged this empire. My 30 years with Clara, her memory in every quiet moment, my kids' success, son in Seattle, daughter in Chicago, filled me with pride. This company, built on respect and resilience, outshone her ruin. Workers waved as I passed, their trust a reward beyond money. Thanks, Olivia, for the spark. I rise. She falls. This is my story, my legacy, etched in steel and time, eternal.